All right, YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. And obviously we're in a different setup. We are talking about Destined Rivals today because I think it has the potential to be one of the best sets of the year. The reason we're in a different setup though is the fact that we have just had a cyclone pass through and my studio unfortunately did black out, which caused my PC to have some technical issues. I think, or at least I thought it was the power supply. Turns out it's not. There's something else going on. So my computer setup currently looks like a PC exploded all over my desk, but there's just parts everywhere. So we're in here for today. Hopefully we'll be back up and running in there soon. But with Destined Rivals, I just want to take a look at some of the card artworks that we've gotten so far, because this looks like it's going to be an absolute banger set. We thought Prismatic Evolutions was really good, which it was, but Destined Rivals looks like it is going to be stepping it up in terms of the, I guess, variants of cards that we're going to get. It's not just like the evolutions that are really cool in this set. Destined Rivals has a ton, and we've only seen half of it so far. So with that said, we're going to jump into some of these cards here and just have a quick talk about them. If you are brand new, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I promise all of the audio and video quality and everything else will be a lot better very soon. So with that said, let's jump in. Let's take a look at some of these cards. First one we're going to look at is the Yanma full art. Now, these are all from pokebeach.com. This is where I get a lot of my news from, and I love this site because they're always the first to post a lot of things. The Yanma is a really nice card. This one is probably not a super popular Pokemon, but still a really cool artwork. We haven't seen a ton from like a Yanma yet, so this is another cool one. It kind of reminds me of the Flygon that we had not long ago. Not the Flygon, the Vibrava we had in, I think it was in Surging Sparks. Similar to that sort of vibe. The next one is the Cynthia's Roserade. Now, this is sick. The trainer gallery cards that are coming to this set are incredible. All of them look so good. And there's one later on that I'll talk about in a little bit more depth because it is my favorite card so far in this set. But for those of you that don't know, Destined Rivals is going to be made up of two Japanese sets, which is Heatwave Arena that just released and the the Team Rocket set. So the Journey or Attack of Team Rocket, whatever the Team Rocket set is called. There's a Team Rocket set as well. So there's a ton of bangers in this set that's going to be coming out in English later this year. You've got a really cute Shaman that's on there as well. That's an illustration rare. You have Crustal, you have Hydrapple. These are really cool cards as well. I like the artwork on the Hydrapple. I think that's a really cool one. And then you've got this Rapidash illustration rare, which for some reason, I don't know why, I feel like this card just reminds me of like a unicorn. Just like a random ass unicorn. It doesn't even like make me think Rapidash. It just looks like someone painted a unicorn. So not my favorite card in the set, I will say, but still a really cool one. The next one that's going on is Ethan's Typhlosion. And I spoke about this a little bit on TikTok. This is probably going to be my #1 chase card is Ethan's Typhlosion. I think this card looks incredible. It's an illustration rare. If this was an SIR, a special illustration rare, I think this would be the top card in this set. Like the #1 chase card in this set would be Ethan's Typhlosion. However, there is another special illustration rare that is very cool as well, which we'll touch on in just a minute. Next up is the Misty's Psyduck. I really like this card. This reminds me of the Starmie V from Astral Radiance. I'm pretty sure. No, is it from Astral? Yeah, Astral Radiance, where she's swimming in the pool with Misty and Starmie. I think this looks very similar to that. And then we've also got Misty's Lapras. So you can see how they're blending these trainers back into these artworks and these cards, which I think is really nice. The Electrike is... It looks like he's taking a dump. Like, I'm not going to lie. This looks like what my dog looks like when she's outside and needs to go to the bathroom. But people like Electrike. I like Electrike. And I think this is, going to be a popular card, but I don't see it being anything crazy in the beginning. Probably similar to like how the Houndour was really nothing in the beginning until somebody bought it out and the prices skyrocketed. But again, probably a similar thing to that. Rotom looks exactly like another Rotom card that we've had in the past already. It looks like a copy paste of that, so I'm not really going to talk about that too much, but Arven's Greedent looks really cool. Like, it's super cute. I know there's going to be cutesy collectors that like that card. You've got a Yanmega EX. You've got Ethan's Ho-Oh EX, which is really cool. This one is one of the ultra rares, and I said this on TikTok as well because that's where I've been posting my content lately while my PC has been down. But the hyper rares or the ultra rares or whatever they're called at this point, the full arts basically, I think it's nice that they're actually putting the trainers in the background of some of these to give them a little bit of difference. All of the like full arts that we've had up until now, it's just a Pokemon with a single colored background and it's been super boring. I feel like these are actually going to be a lot nicer than what we've had in the past. There's also like a Dondozo EX. There's an Electivire EX, which is pretty cool. They don't have trainers, but then you've got Cynthia's Garchomp, which does have her in the background. You've got Arven's Mabistiff, which has him in the background as well. There's a couple of trainer cards that look better than the ones we've had previously, but still, I'm not a big trainer guy. I don't really like those cards, but the cards that I'm really looking forward to, and these are our special illustration rares. Yanmega EX looks awesome, considering Yanmega is a Pokemon that nobody really cares about that much. I don't think so anyway. But the special illustration rare in this artwork looks really, really nice. Then you've got Ethan's Ho-Oh EX, which is probably going to be the #1 or #2 chase card in this set, because right behind that you have Cynthia's Garchomp special illustration rare, which for me is an awesome looking card. You've got them in the battle stadium, you've got Cynthia on the big screen in the background. Between that and the Ethan's Ho-Oh, I think these two cards are going to be very, very valuable. I think a lot of people like Gen 2. They like the story of Ho-Oh, and a lot of people really like Garchomp and Cynthia as well. So these are going to be some really big cards. You do also have Arven's Mabistiff and Ethan's Adventure, which are the other SIRs. Ethan's Adventure, as far as like a trainer card goes, I think is probably one of the cooler SIR trainer cards that we've gotten. He's got Pichu on his shoulder, he's got Slugma down by his side, and he's actually got Cyndaquil in there as well, which is really sick because you kind of see the story between the Cyndaquil in that card and then Ethan's Typhlosion in the other illustration rare that we got. But I would have much rather to swap the Arven's Mabistiff SIR and made that an illustration rare and changed Ethan's Typhlosion to the special illustration rare. But I digress. I'm not running Pokemon Company, they are. But the other two that are left is Cynthia's Garchomp EX in the gold version, which is really cool. And then Lavincia, which is just one of those stadium cards that you can get. And that's a gold rare as well. So this is one half of the set. Like you can see how many bangers have actually been in this set. And I really love the look of most of these cards. I think we still have the Team Rocket set to come, which is in a month in Japan. I'm actually going to be in Japan when the Team Rocket set releases, so I'm fingers crossed I can get a booster box of that and open it for you guys on the channel. But with that said, that's pretty much everything for this video. I want to know what you guys think, because I think Destined Rivals, potentially in the English set, has the chance to become probably the most hyped set of this year, even more so than Prismatic Evolutions. And we saw how hard it was to get Prismatic. We saw how hard it was to get Journey Together. I really hope Destined Rivals has a high print run so that at least we can all get the stock that we want. I know there are investors and collectors, and I'm always checking the prices of my cards and talking about the prices of my cards. But I think for me, this set needs to print enough that a lot of people can still get it. Like, yeah, it can still be a little bit difficult to get it, but I think you need to have enough so that pre-orders don't overly sell out, or not everyone misses out on the pre-orders, and then you can kind of go back in later on release day and have an influx of products. You know, Prismatic is doing it now, but there's still not enough. So I think with Journey Together and with Destined Rivals, they hopefully need to have more printing and more stock available. But that's just me. Like I said, hopefully we'll be back in the new setup soon. I know this is a little bit weird for everyone seeing books and dragons rather than Star Wars and Pokemon, but we're just doing what we can for the minute until my PC is fixed. So I appreciate all of you guys tuning in. I will see you in the next one, and I'll catch you next time.